You charge your phone every night. You make sure the battery is full before you leave the house. But here's the question. When was the last time you recharged your mind? We live in a world that never stops. Notifications, messages, headlines, noise. Every second, something is calling for your attention. And slowly, without realizing it, your inner battery on your mental energy starts to drain. Not because you're weak, but because you're always on. You see, your mind is not a machine that can run endlessly. It's more like a garden. And when you never stop, never rest, never disconnect, the soil becomes dry. Nothing new can grow there. Creativity fades. Focus disappears. Peace turns into pressure. Most people think they need more time. But what they really need is more presence. More moments of silence. More time to just be, not to do. The illusion of constant motion. We've been conditioned to believe that movement equals progress. That if we're not doing something, we're wasting time. But motion doesn't always mean meaning. Activity doesn't always mean achievement. Think about it. Your phone is useless when it's out of battery, no matter how powerful it is. The same goes for you. You can have the best goals, the biggest dreams, the most disciplined routines, but if your mind is drained, everything starts to collapse. That's why silence isn't weakness, it's power in disguise. Stillness is not idleness. It's strength under control. The Stoics understood this long before modern psychology did. Marcus Aurelius, one of the busiest men in history, said, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul." Even as an emperor, he knew, true energy doesn't come from constant activity. It comes from returning to yourself, why the mind needs rest. Science now confirms what ancient philosophy always knew. Your brain needs downtime to recharge, reorganize, and renew. When you're not focused on anything, when you let your mind wander, something magical happens inside your brain. It activates what neuroscientists call the default mode network. That's when your mind processes emotions, connects ideas, and finds meaning. That's why our best ideas come in the shower, on a walk, or in silence. Because the mind finally has space to breathe. Yet we fill every gap with noise. If there's a second of quiet, we open our phones. If there's a pause in a conversation, we scroll. We're uncomfortable with silence. But silence is the space where the soul speaks. The cost of disconnection. We think we're connected to the world, to others, to information. But deep down, we've never felt more disconnected from ourselves. You can't hear your intuition when the volume of the world is too loud. You can't feel your emotions when your mind is always distracted. And you can't see the path ahead when your thoughts are spinning nonstop. The truth is, your peace has been stolen by constant stimulation, and every notification takes a piece of your attention, a piece of your energy, a piece of yourself. So if you ever feel tired but not sleepy, busy but not productive, surrounded but not connected, that's not burnout from doing too much. That's depletion from never stopping. How to recharge your mind, practical steps. Let's make this real. How do you recharge your mind, and not just once but daily? Here are simple, powerful practices. 1. Silence every morning. Start your day in silence, even just 5 minutes. No phone, no music, no talking. Just breathe. Let your thoughts settle like dust after a storm. It's in that calm that clarity begins. 2. Single task everything. Multitasking scatters your attention. Presence multiplies it. Do one thing fully. When you eat, just eat. When you work, just work. When you rest, truly rest. 3. Digital fasting. Choose 1 hour a day or 1 day a week with no digital input. No social media. No screens. It's not punishment, it's purification. You'll be amazed how alive the world feels when you're not watching it through glass. 4. Mindful movement. Walk without headphones. Feel your feet on the ground. Listen to the wind. This is how you connect body and mind again. 5. Evening reflection. Before sleep, ask yourself, did I live today consciously or just automatically? Awareness is the first step to energy. 6. Nature exposure. Your nervous system was not designed for concrete and screens. Step outside. Look at the sky. Even 10 minutes in nature lowers stress hormones and restores focus. 7. Mental declutter. Write down your thoughts before bed. Get them out of your head into paper. Empty space invites calm. On the Stoic reminder. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To master yourself, you must first know yourself. And to know yourself, you must learn to sit in silence with your thoughts without fear. That's where strength is born. Not in action, but in awareness. Not in noise, but in clarity. Not in chaos, but in calm. Seneca wrote, "The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. Yet we look everywhere else, in notifications, in achievements, in validation, when the real recharge button is already inside." The turning point. Imagine this. Every night you plug in your phone, but not your mind. You start the next day with 100% battery on your device and 5% battery on your soul. No wonder everything feels heavy. No wonder focus feels impossible. No wonder peace feels like a luxury. But what if you flipped the habit? What if, instead of ending your day with screens, you ended it with stillness? What if, before you reached for your phone, you reached for your breath? That one change could transform your entire life. Because presence, not productivity, is the real power source. The power of stillness. When you pause, the world doesn't end, it opens. When you disconnect from noise, you reconnect with clarity. When you stop chasing, you start seeing. Stillness is not doing nothing. It's doing the most important thing, remembering who you are. When the mind is calm, the heart speaks. When the heart speaks, life becomes simple again. And in that simplicity lies true power. The closing message. You don't need more apps, more books, or more motivation. You need more presence. More moments where you're truly here. Not in your thoughts, not in your feed, but in your life. Because the energy you're looking for isn't out there. It's in you. It always has been. So tonight, when you plug in your phone, pause for a second. And ask yourself, have I charged my mind today? Silence is the charger of the soul. Stillness is not weakness, and amid strength in disguise. Power comes not from motion, but from meaning. Recharge your mind. That's where true energy lives.